What is happening, guys? It is the Marseille save, but unfortunately, obviously, we have left Marseille. It is the new club announcement, and it's not what you think it is. Not what I wanted it to be, but it's unfortunately what we've ended up with. Let's get straight into it. There's literally nothing to tell you. You'll work out why when you see who we are. But now, we play a team today. It should be easy, but we'll see how it goes there. We're going to change to our regular... So we're going to change to our regular viewing. USA. Rafa Benitez literally got sacked the day after Julian Nagelsmann took over the club. Right, took over the Chelsea team, which we wanted to get. It's kind of left us with this. Isn't the best, is it? We have El Salvador, we have Martinique in our league, and obviously we should be kind of winning this. We've just come off the back of a loss to Mexico in the Gold Cup semi-final in extra time. Cesar Trevino from America getting their goal, and not where I wanted to be. I wanted to have a club, but it got to the point where the teams that were available was not exactly something I was interested in. These are the only clubs that seem to be letting people go. Obviously, apart from Chelsea, there was NAC Breda, there was Willem 2, and then there was NEC, which obviously come from Marseille, who were at the top of the league every season we did, either first or second. This isn't exactly the move you want, is it? You want an AZ, you want a PSV, or an Ajax. They're the clubs you want. Didn't come up. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye out for them. Today we do have Martinique, then we're coming back for El Salvador on the 11th of November. I only took this job because I think on Football Manager, if you do have a job, it kind of affects the way you really get looked at by clubs. So if I go for a big club, they'll say no. We need to keep an eye out for that. But today we do have Martinique. It's going to be a very, very short episode because obviously not a lot I can tell you. But this is the tactic we're going with. Next club we are playing this tactic, okay? As you can see, it's a 4-3-3 strikerless formation. A lot of players here I've never really heard of, to be honest with you. Obviously, I know who Weston McKennie is. He's still at Juventus. He's been at Juventus his entire career. He's been at Schalke for 3 years. But very solid player. We have Tyler Adams here, who's at Hertha Berlin now. Obviously, just signed from Red Bull Leipzig. Pulisic is still in the conversation. He's now at Liverpool. That's a weird transfer, isn't it? Obviously, went to PSG for 2 years. And then Real Madrid picked him up before heading to Liverpool. But there's a lot of players I've never heard of. We have Luca de la Torre. He's 29 years of age. He was at Fulham. Now at New York City Football Club. I mean, if I could get a job in USA, that'd be great as well. But I need to load that league in first. Conrad de la Fuente. He has been at some mad clubs, hasn't he? Barcelona youth system. Valencia. Bayern. Now at Lazio. Doing relatively well at Lazio. Obviously, I think he'll do a much better job playing against Martinique today. But this is what we're going with. So we have shorter passing, play out defence, and run at defence. We have distributor centre and the fullbacks. Counter press. With high defensive line, high line of engagement. Pressing's urgent, and we are preventing the short goalkeeper distribution. This is going to be a funny one, I'll tell you now. I've never heard of any of their players. Say that straight off. Ryan Balogun's in there. Timothy Way, obviously, I do know them two from managing Marseille. Balogun's a player that I couldn't actually sign. He was no interest of us. I need to turn the press conferences off. Obviously, today against Martinique, we should get a comfortable win. It's just a matter of how many goals we can score. They're playing it really well, or passing around the start of this game fairly comfortably. Obviously, if we get a goal early on, it'll really start adding the pressure on. Heading. Otasawi. Cannon. Otasawi. Right, they take our time. Pulisic. Loads of room to run into. Has a goal. Game shot. Wouldn't have thought that from obviously an ex-Real Madrid, ex-PSG, now Liverpool player. You'd have thought it'd be a bit more venomous than that, but we'll let it go. We will let it go. We've had one shot, one on target. We've had 4-2 on target. Byron, ball in. Headed down. Saved by Cantu. Cantu, a youngster. He actually plays for Borussia Dortmund. Sorry, he's 19 years of age. He's not starting for them, but, you know, still. He can get in the first team, the national squad quite easily. Pulisic ball in. Otasawi back post. Owen Otasawi. Obviously, a lot of these players, we are now going to be learning about them. Owen Otasawi. Hell of a header at the back post. Pulisic, lovely delivery. Keeper really found out there in no man's land. He's at Saint Etienne. But funnily enough, if he's played 54 games, I will have played him. I probably have mentioned him before, but I just didn't really recognise him. Cannon. Della Torre. Della Torre gets the ball back. Can he have a go? He can. Nowhere near that, unfortunately. Della Torre there will be taken off probably. I do want to see Timothy Weah have a real good chance up front. Robinson with a throw in. McKennie. Back to McKennie. Ball in. I think that was a shot. Keita Caton claimed it quite comfortably though. Sorry, to McKennie. Adams. Pulisic. Back to Adams. Pulisic. Della Torre. Musa. Up to Conrad. Conrad De La Fuente. Lazio player. That's what we wanted to see. That is what we require. But 2-0, 33 minutes. I thought we'd have got a lot of goals here. Good way to test out this formation, though, isn't it? I think it works quite well. Obviously, up front we are struggling up front, I imagine. But 11 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals. Can't complain too much. I'm delighted with your performance. I'm going to start this off straight again. Obviously, make some substitutions around the 60-minute mark, 65-minute mark. We have Hinman there as well. Hinman's a very, very good player. He was at Leipzig for a bit. Cannon. He get a ball in. He can. Ball in. Musa. Puts it over the bar. Martini not really had a foothold in this game yet. Benefit of being such a big country in the USA. Football really starting to take off there. You expect him to do very well in the coming years. Byron. Cantu saves that. What we can do is after this game, I'm actually going to check. Have they beaten? Oh, it must have been a World Cup. Della Torre. Robinson. Cleared. Malsa on his own though. Beats one man. He's going to have a go here. Cantu, lovely save. Otasawi there to clean up after him. Let's take Della Torre off now. 60th minute. Put on Timothy Weah. Take off Musa. Put on Hinman. Adams. Runs back to retrieve. Back to Timothy Weah. Otasawi. Pulisic. Conrad. Conrad De La Fuente can get a shot away there. Otasawi there. Otasawi's a very, very good player. Adams. Plays up to Pulisic. Pulisic. Out wide. Back to Adams. Pulisic. Adams. Ball in. Timothy Weah can't get the header. Musa. Robinson. Musa. Wait, what? That was weird. I think there's the two subs at the same time, but only one of them came off. Alright, let's put that in mid right, and I'll give Balogun a go. Adams heads it to Weah. Weah. He has options here, like, there we go, Adams. McKennie. Pulisic. Weah. Conrad De La Fuente. Oh. I think at the end of this season, we're going to load up some more leagues. I think we're going to get Italy involved. Imagine go to Lazio with De La Fuente. Robinson. McKennie. Balogun. Can beat his man Palamat with a lovely challenge to Germany. Otasawi again. Probably the defensive rock of this team, to be fair. Adams. Weah. Has a little go on the right. Palamat with a lovely challenge again. Only as far as Cannon to Weah. Cannon. Adams. Ball in the middle. Hinman. Emerson Hinman makes it 3. Kind of intrigued now. If I change to attacking, I wonder if we can get any more goals in the last 10 minutes. Lovely ball there though, straight across to Hinman. It's hard to assess the formation because we could be beating these anyway. Obviously this formation, you're not familiar with it anyway, so not familiar at all. You assume that if there were more use to this formation, we'd be getting a lot more goals. 3-0. Good result to know you played, boys. Well done. An absolute miracle he scored. Well played, Otasawi. But let's have a look how these have done. in the previous years. We'll start off 2020. How do you feel that Belgium? But here we go. World Cup qualifiers. Still going there. Gold Cup got knocked out in the quarters to Jamaica. World Cup Group G. You assume they dealt with them then. They didn't get through. They didn't get through in the 2022 Qatar World Cup. Harsh, wasn't it? 3 draws. It's quite unfortunate. Lost out in the Gold Cup final to Mexico, so they knocked out then as well. Copa America final, lost 3-1 to Brazil after beating Argentina as well. Inman there, Cannon still in there, McKennie still in there. It was only 3 years ago, this one. 2025 Gold Cup final, lost to Mexico again. Oh, there you go, World Cup group here. There'll only be 3 teams in the group stages nowadays. Who knows? Third round, a 1-0 loss to Albion Ajeti from Lyon. You know him very, very well. Oh. And then obviously last year, lost to Mexico. So they play the Gold Cup every 2 years. So lost this year. It won't be for 2 more years till we get in the Gold Cup. That is annoying. That is annoying. When is the next World Cup then? World Cup 2026 to 2030, so it's a while off now. But obviously we do have El Salvador the next one in this Nations League. I imagine they played the Nations League before. Semi-final and final. They played Martinique. Oh, they beat Mexico in that. They did win the NA Nation League final. History, competitions. Yeah, they're not doing too well, let's be fair. They're not doing too well. Managers, though. Benitez has 4 years. Obviously, he won the North American Nations League, something that we hopefully can get to that point and have an opportunity to beat them this time around. We do have Colombia up next, but we'll be back for an update against El Salvador as we finish off the Nations League. So there we go, not the club we wanted to be, but we have now ventured into international management. I'm going to keep an eye out though. As soon as a job comes up that's decent for us and will actually make an interesting kind of story progression, as Marseille did, then we will be straight on that. But for now, we are manager of the USA. And fingers crossed, when we have to get back for El Salvador, we'll be top of the league. We can hopefully win our first international trophy. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Are we going to win this? Will I get a job that is not going to be bleak? Fingers crossed there. Stay safe, guys, and I'll catch you next time.